In this economy, some have been forced to drop their pricey medical insurance. But a Loomis man without coverage says first responders forced him to the hospital after his motorcycle crash.
And now he owes tens of thousands of dollars, and he decided to call Kurtis. What can he do?
He says he was very clear. He told the first responders, do not take me to the hospital because he did not have insurance. But they took him anyway. It was a cool summer's day in August. Terry Barth out riding his Harley in Plumas County when the winding country road in front of him took an unexpected turn.
Those are my skid marks right there.
Thrown off his hog, Terry was roughed up and hit his head.
There's my helmet.
The paramedics arrived. He declined treatment.
And I says, I told you I can't go. I don't have insurance.
No medical insurance. Against his wishes, he says they loaded him up anyway.
And I was still yelling the words inside the ambulance, I can't go. I told you I can't go.
Rushed to a hospital in Quincy against his will. Doctors then placed Terry in an air ambulance to Chico, the closest trauma center, where he learned he suffered a concussion and a broken bone around his eye.
And I'm going, man, I want to get out of here.
Against doctor's orders, he walked out and went home, only to get slapped with bills totaling $40,000 for the care he says he never wanted.
I was kidnapped, I felt.
So the question is, if you say no, you don't want to go to the hospital, do they have to listen?
Yes and no. Is the answer to that question.
Paramedic Jonathan Burgess says normally it is the patient's decision. But if you have a head injury like Terry had, or if you're intoxicated or having a diabetic emergency, first responders are required to make that decision for you. Otherwise, they could be held liable if something happens to you later on.
Your license is at jeopardy, for patient abandonment.
Terry doesn't think he owes a penny and feels somebody else should pay the blistering bill.
Who forced me to go when I said no? I just know that if they had listened to me, I would not have a bill.
Well, we have learned the uninsured can sign up for Medi-Cal for help with bills after an event, but your income has to qualify. We reached out to Enloe Medical Center in Chico where Terry was flown, and their community service program is now working with Terry to reduce his bill. Terry says he did not have insurance because he doesn't like going to the doctor, but he is now considering getting insurance.
It's a fascinating story. I mean, so what do they do to determine whether or not you have a head injury?
They'll ask you your ABCs. In this case, you might have noticed Terry is a slow talker. He knows he's a slow talker, and he thinks that they might have misconstrued that he had, some problems. But nonetheless, he had a head injury,
Right.
and so the paramedics had to take him, or they could get in trouble and risk losing their license.
Litigation. I mean,
Right.
who can take that chance these days?
Thankfully nothing happened. But if he did leave the scene, if he died, then there could be a lawsuit against the paramedics. So they do have strict rules that they have to follow.
No, it's tough on both sides. It's not an easy call.
$40,000 is quite a shock when you don't expect that bill coming.
Well, good luck with that.
All right, if you have a consumer problem you can't resolve, maybe we can. You could call our hotline Monday through Friday, or you could always go to our website and fill out our form.
Okay, the cool